Paz Vizsla is one of my favorite characters in The Mandalorian. It even got me to buy a Black Series figure. I have a Hot Toys of Paz Vizsla. He's really cool. And it's a shame that it took me so long to finally have a Paz Vizsla in my main 3 3/4 inch collection. We were introduced to this guy back in late 2019. It is now early 2023, and I finally have this guy. That's quite the wait. That is over a 3-year wait, but we're finally here. We have Paz Vizsla. We got him after he dies. It took that long. The guy had to die for us to get a figure of him. But I do have to say, this is a really, really cool figure. It's one where it is sold in the deluxe box and the deluxe pricing, and some people think it might be a bit of a stretch, but I feel like it's kind of worth it. I feel like out of all the deluxes, this is one that's probably the most worth it. Number one, I mean, you can see he comes with a decent amount of stuff. But number two, I mean, he's a larger guy. Like here he is with my TVC Hunter, which is the next video I'm filming. You can see he's a larger guy. Let's take his helmet off so you can see even more. Like, yeah, he's a larger figure, and he's fully articulated, fully posable, and he comes with a lot. Not only are his accessories large, but they gave him effect pieces for his accessories that I really think help with the figure. I don't know, I think the shield and the knife, I think this one's kind of justified. Now, granted, would have been nicer if it was on sale. Like, this would be nicer on a sale. But given how TVC stuff is like $27 now, I think this one's, well, TVC stuff is $17 now, and this was about $27. I don't know what I'm saying. This one being about $10 more isn't the biggest stretch, but I would like to see this guy at around like 25, 24, maybe a little less. It's cool, but these TVC prices in general are just tough to swallow. So let's get him out of the way real quick and take a look at the box, because it is the standard like deluxe vintage collection package. You can see a nice photo of good old Paz right there, probably shooting it up on Navarro. The back, it's kind of cool. It's an homage to the rocket firing Fett, where it shows off his backpack up there. I think it's really cool. You can see some pictures on the side. You know, he's got the knife. He's kind of, I guess sharpening the blade or something. And then on that side, he's got the shield. I love Paz so much. You can see he comes with a lot. And they even have the backpack and the gun all fully assembled. Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool. I kind of want to hold on to this box, but it doesn't have any artwork on it. It's just pictures of the toy, and I can see those pictures on the internet. So I'll probably just pitch it because I've got the figure. I don't need the box, but I'll still keep it back there because it's pretty. All right. So what do we get? Let's load him up before we kind of get into the details of the guy, because I mean, you can see he's pretty detailed. He's looking pretty cool. Let's get into it. So arming him up with his traditional weaponry. First up, you got to give him his Mandalorian vibro blade knife thing, which is pretty cool looking. You can have him hold it, and he's ready to, fight Din Djarin for no reason at all. He's just like, yeah, Din, you're pissing me off today. I'm gonna fight ya. So yeah, he looks pretty cool with that. We can get him with a shield too, because he does come with this awesome energy shield for his gauntlet, and that looks really nice. That is super cool. So yeah, that's already a look right there. That's really sweet, because I don't think he had the jetpack on when they were doing that duel, but don't care. Let's give it to him anyway. Let's see how he looks with it. Yeah, that looks sweet. I love all the detail. Look at all that little detail in there. So much. Like the differences in the silvers and the grays. Little hits of yellow. The color separation. That's really nice. That's a nice looking backpack. You can see he's got a little bit of detail on the back too. Yeah, let's get the knife in his boot, because he does have a spot for the knife, which is really nice. Just get that slid in there. And we can take this off for now, because now he's going to get all armed up with his big old cannon. So this plugs into the jetpack. Nice click. Then the cannon itself, I love the silver and like the metallic blue at the tip, where it's kind of been scorched by the heat of the gun itself. Let's get that plugged in. And he holds this really nice. You do get a hinge for that handle. So we get this hand. I think he kind of underhands it, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, given how heavy it is, I'd imagine that's how he holds that part. Actually, J4, he holds it overhand. You fake fan, you don't know how a fictional character holds his giant fictional cannon. Fake fan. Yeah, that's a really cool look. Look at that, man. Look at that. And you get an effect piece for this to make it look like it's shooting, which I think is a nice extra bonus. Because, I mean, come on. Come on, for a display, that looks really cool. I love this Mandalorian. I love the armor design. Great character. I think he went out great, too. Like, he died a warrior, man. Because he actually had some mild character growth. He went from being just a selfish hater to sacrificing himself for the entirety of the clan. But, awesomely, we can get this on his backpack. I think it's that tab right there. Or is it not? Or is it that tab in the handle? I mean, it works with the tab in the handle. But I feel like there's that tab there. Is it supposed to be that one? Does it show on the back at all? Yeah, it shows right there. Okay, so it's... That's confusing. So it's like faced like that, but it's wanting me to tab it? How does it tab like that? It doesn't. There's... What? You can see on the box right here. It shows where the handle is facing back. And you can see that extra little handle onto the side. But if we try to put it in, there's nowhere. There's no tab on that side. The only tabs are right here and on the handle itself. So I'm going to assume it's that one, because we wouldn't want it tabbed to the handle. That'd be kind of odd. But there we go. He's got the big old cannon on it attached to his jetpack. That's a cool look. But, you know, it's a jetpack. He's got to jet around. So you get the same jet effects, or at least the same kind of style as the Deluxe Boba Fett, which I think were really cool accessories. I'm happy that they included it with Paz here, because I think Paz really benefits with some jets. I'm seeing now that's kind of colliding with that if we have it attached like that. So would it not collide if we have it like that? No, it still kind of collides, but not as much. Maybe if we just have the gun like tilted. Yeah, there we go. Kind of keeps it out of the way. Then tab that in. And I love how certain Mandalorian figures, you can still give them those. I kind of wish all of them came with them, though. That'd be nice. And let's straighten out his legs. And got to finish it off. Boom. Check it out. Check it out, man. Come on. This guy comes with everything you need. Everything. The effects, the cannon, the blade, the shield. He's got it all. This is a really awesome figure. And we haven't even talked about the figure itself yet. He just comes with so much cool stuff. So looking at him himself, I do have to say the helmet, it's definitely more accurate than the Black Series one. But I feel like it's still a little too oddly shaped. I feel like it could just be shaped a little bit better. Like, I feel like those angles are way too big at the bottom of the helmet. But it's still, you look at it, you can tell it's Paz Vizsla. It's the heavy infantry Mandalorian. He's got the nice little silver touches. He's got the weird little blocks on the side of his helmet. He's got all these cool little silver scuffs all over. He's got the two-tone color. I love how they did the shoulder pads, because they're kind of raised, but they're attached to the arm and not the shoulder. So, because they're kind of raised, they still get out of the way for motion, but you do have to work with it a little bit more. Yeah, you can see the shoulder pads get perfectly out of the way for you. He's got nice deep elbows. The hosing, I'm not scared of it breaking, because they gave him enough space for it. He's just nicely done. Got a nice joint at the head. His torso, I feel like Vintage Collection could use some more help with like torso crunches and everything. It goes back pretty far. You can see it goes back so far it starts knocking things out of place. So maybe do that at your own, precaution and risk. It tilts to the side pretty far though, so that might be cool for certain poses. It does have a rotation there as well. They got ball joints finally on Vintage Collection figures, so the legs move super nice and fluidly. If I swivel, the knee does a bend and it does a swivel. It doesn't bend too far though, but he's a thick boy, it's okay. And he's got the standard kind of ankles. They move up and down and they tilt. So, yeah, in my opinion, out of all of the Vintage Collection Deluxe figures, I think this is one of the most worth it. He just feels it, man. I feel the value. I really do. Now, granted, I did pay the retail price for this. I'm not going to lie. I did. I paid like the $27 because I didn't want to miss out on him. And I don't know. I feel like it's kind of worth it, but also I would love to see this at 25 instead. Because I do feel like the 27's a bit high, a bit ridiculous. But hey, I think the 17's ridiculous too. And I know people always comment like, over in Australia, over in Canada, blah, blah, blah. Yes, but also you have to convert it after the fact. So, you know, people say, oh, in Australia, Vintage Collection's over $30. Actually, if you convert it, it's $23, which is still more than our 17, but it's not as drastic of a difference as you think. But still, it's not a good thing that people have to pay more overseas. And it's also unfortunate that I feel like price is always a topic of discussion in my Vintage Collection reviews, because the price is just tougher to swallow. I remember back in the day, I told myself, if Vintage Collection ends up over $10 each, I'm out. I'm done. And when they brought it back around The Last Jedi, I think they were like 13. That's like, oh, this is the new price, $13. And I was like, oh, man, that's rough. But, I mean, the line's been gone for like 5 years. I guess I'll do it. And then it went up to 15. Then it's now up to 17. And I'm sure before 2025, it'll be up to 20. I'm sure of it. Give it a couple years, it'll be up to $20 each, which is ridiculous. But if they continue to improve the quality, and if they give us more and more for our money, then it might be okay. It might be okay. But we'll see. We'll find out. We'll find out what happens. All right, guys, there we go. I think I've said everything I need to say about our golden boy right here, the true MVP of the Mandalorian clan, Paz Vizsla. Love this figure. Definitely recommend it if you're a Vintage Collection collector, but keep in mind it is a deluxe. It is at the deluxe price point. It's, you know, a tougher pill to swallow. But for me, I had no problem swallowing this pill. It could be because I've waited for a Paz Vizsla figure for so long. You know, I've got the Hot Toys, I've got the Black Series. Finally, I've got the Vintage Collection one. This is the Paz Vizsla that I'm going to put in a, you know, diorama with the entire Mandalorian clan. Gonna have the armor, Bo-Katan, all of them. They're gonna look great. Can't wait for this. For the diorama, I have already waited and have gotten the Paz Vizsla. A bit of a brain fart. Alrighty, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Special shout out to channel members, as always. Thank you all so much for the continued support. All channel members from low to high tier get early access to all of my videos that I put up for early access. I don't put all videos up for early access, but I put a lot of them up. So keep that in mind. If for even just $1 a month, you get to watch like 5 new videos all in one go instead of waiting every other day like everybody else. You know, it's up to you. It's up to you, but you don't have to. But I want to make sure it's available for everybody. But the mid and high tiers, I'll make sure they get a little extra because that used to be just for them. Alrighty, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great one, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.